Good morning, afternoon, good evening, internet. I started a Good Morning Vietnam thing there, and then I realized time zones are meaningless when you stream. Well, not meaningless, but vague and contentious. How's everybody doing? T-Dog, Polman numbers, first in the chat. How you guys doing? Don't know which beta test was worse, Temtem or PSO2. Yeah, I spent the last couple of hours watching some Phantasy Star streamers. First one, a couple of hours ago, was playing the translated Japanese version, sort of demoing in like a demo tutorial room, trying to teach some people going in blind about the classes and weapons, and I was half paying attention to that. But then he started streaming someone else who was actually, because the other guy didn't have an Xbox to play on apparently, so, and Xbox is where the beta is happening. So he hosted someone else, some German guy by the sounds of his accent, who was in the beta. And so I started watching that, and he got through a couple of tutorial missions in the beginning, character coded tutorial mission, and then just the beta is not going well. Which I don't think they have an excuse for, by the way. Because how old is Phantasy Star Online 2 in Japan? It's not like they're brand new server technology on an unknown game with a shaky code base. This is a translation. They put English words in it and English voice acting in it and made it English. Actually, it's dual audio as I understand it, which is nice. But all the underpinning stuff shouldn't have changed all that much, so I don't know why the servers are so shaky. And it's a closed beta, so they know precisely how many people they gave invites to. So they know exactly what their worst case scenario load would be. And it's still broken. Sega! Oy. Yeah, 7 years old, right? Yeah. And it was close to 10. I'm a bit pissy because it's region locked to North America. And yes, if you're about to suggest, oh, you can just change your Xbox region and do that. Yeah, no. You can do that. You're not allowed to do that to circumvent region locking. It's in the terms of use, if you ever read them. I specifically went looking when I heard that Phantasy Star Online 2 was region locked. I went, well, what's to stop me just changing my region? So I searched Xbox region change guide, user rules or whatever this fucking search term it was. And I found the bit in the EULA that said, you're not allowed to change your region to circumvent region-locked games or services, etc. You're allowed to change your region if you move, like literally move, but you're not allowed to change your region just to get around it. I'm sure most people won't have a problem. They're doing it. There are people out there doing it right now, and they probably won't get their accounts banned. But I've had my Xbox account quite some time, and there's not a huge library of games that I bought digitally there, but I still don't want my account deleted just so I can play a beta of a free-to-play MMO that's coming out within the next few months, so... well. I should check the PSO2 Twitter. It's wild over there. Oh, I can imagine. I mean, the Temtem Twitter and the community in general is pretty understanding and sensible. But this is an MMO. I mean, Temtem's an MMO as well, but this is serious MMO. This is established MMO. And the people who play those games, as opposed to interested in Pokemon but MMO, it's a very different breed of patience. As in none. You can't even stream the PSO closed beta, which kind of sucks. Can't you? Because I was watching a streamer doing it. Literally. Wait, do I still have the tab open? Let me find out who it is. I just shut down the stream, but yeah, I've still got the tab open. Flyergo, Flyergo, which, based on his level of knowledge about the game, I would say he's an existing streamer who plays the translated version or something. Had a sort of German accent. He's got about 100 viewers or something right now, so I don't know if he's that huge, but bigger than I am on Twitter, on Twitch at least. Or at least he is today, because he's streaming Phantasy Star Online 2 beta. Oh, you mean from the console? Oh, right, so the built-in streaming stuff is locked out on the console. That's interesting. I wonder if they specifically have a user guideline that says don't stream it, but people are anyway. I mean, what are they afraid of? Spoilers? But yeah, the very last thing that happened before I started my own stream was he tried to go to a lobby and it all went to hell. Endless load screen, the whole Megillah. Rebooted the game, couldn't log in. He was talking something about blocks. There were 60 blocks and all of them were full. I have no idea what that means in terms of the game. I imagine blocks might be some sort of way to reference an instance or something. Because the context in which he was talking about them made it seem like an instance. There were 60 blocks and all of them were full up. No one can get in. How's anyone supposed to get into a block? Or something along those wordings. So, I'm damn excited to try it though. Gotta admit. I'm looking forward to PSO 2. Giving it a go. Because again, it's one of those games that has the recipe that seems like it would be right up my alley. Much like many of the other MMOs I've tried in the last year or year and a half or so when I've been looking for something. And a few of them have come damn close, but none of them have been quite there yet. This might be the closest recipe yet to sort of my ideal MMO. Free to play, optional microtransactions. Nobody seems that fussed about the way they're I haven't looked into how they're done, but I haven't heard anyone saying, oh, it's outrageous. You have to, pay to win, shit like that. So it seems like it's probably pretty reasonable, judging by the way the community has treated them when I've heard them mentioned. I like the graphical style. I like the sci-fi stuff a lot more than I do the fantasy stuff. Like WoW, for example, WoW Classic. I don't hate fantasy magic system things, but I like sci-fi more. And that's what Phantasy Star Online is too. It's very much more sci-fi fantasy. That's recursive. High concept sci-fi than it is, wizards and magic and enchanted swords and shit. It's action combat, so it's not sort of tab targeting slow-mo WoW play, which again I didn't hate, but I like the action combat more. That's why I like Dauntless. It's very action combat. What are we talking about? Phantasy Star Online 2. Yeah, I love the anime style, of course. So yeah, everything about the game and the way it flows and the fact that you can play quite a lot of it single player apparently, and you can team up for events and things you need to do, and if you do team up with real players as opposed to AI assistants, you get better XP, so it seems like a very balanced perk system to move through. It's a bit like Monster Hunter World in that all the adventuring happens in little instances. Which sort of keeps it sort of contained and controllable and sort of understandable, and you're not going to get ganked and shit like that, like might happen in WoW. And but again, it's sort of that action sci-fi stuff as opposed to Monster Hunter World, which was very not quite there for me as far as thematics go. But the same sort of thing where it's a lot of adventuring and grinding and collecting and powering up and leveling up and getting bits and things for your weapons and your experimental combat. And I want to try it. I'd be playing it today if I was allowed, but I'm not. PS2 Online, PSO2 kind of reminds me a little bit of either Dot Hacker or so. Yeah, I got some vibes of that too. Just the general thematics and approach and presentation. The way it looks and feels, and it doesn't take itself super serial. But yeah, I've barely brushed the surface of it yet. I haven't dug in it much. Spent a little bit of time this morning sort of digging around and watching some streams and stuff and reading some articles. And yeah, I didn't want to get too hyped too early for it, is the thing. I wish the Western release was at least coming to PC. It is. It is, just not the beta. From what I read this morning, it seems like the PC release is coming after the Xbox release. They're not simultaneous. So Xbox will come first, then PC a little bit later. Could be wrong about that. The information I read about that was from late last year, so it's not super up to date. But yeah, it's definitely coming to PC. I mean, I posted something to Discord just before I started streaming that's a screenshot of Phantasy Star Online 2's own English manual for the English release of the game. The manual's up on their site, and in that manual it mentions, how do you play the game? How do you launch the game? And it says right there, Steam. Go to your Steam client. So it's coming to Steam at the very least, which is nice because I thought being a Microsoft Western exclusive, as far as I understand it, they've been a bit cagey about that. It might come to the other consoles, who knows. So far, all we know is Xbox and Windows. So I thought, well, maybe Microsoft have a hand in this, and that means maybe it'll be locked to the Windows Store. But no, Steam, hooray. At least it's not Epic. T-Dog's back in. Nice. Didn't love it when I played the fan translation. Yeah, I was going to give the fan... I've looked into that a couple of times, but it's a lot of hoops to jump through. Just to install a translation patch. You have to register an account with Sega Japan and then get a download link through the Japanese button. You can pull that, and then there's another application you have to install over that. It's like a cheat layer and things. And then you have to... It's just... It seems like too much effort. And plus, it only does the text, not the spoken language as well, so it's half the experience. So I never really bothered. It seemed like too much. Because back then, I want to say 2013, when they originally announced it was coming to the West, and then they cancelled it like a year later. Because this is the second time they've said it's coming to the West. This time it's actually coming, because people are playing the beta right now. But many, many years ago, they said, yeah, it's coming out. They showed it off at E3 and everything. And they went, nah. Xbox players are definitely not the main people who want to play this game. Well, if you're Microsoft, you've got to do something, don't you? But yeah, I imagine the audience for a JRPG-inspired action MMO probably lives on the PlayStation and the PC, for that matter, quite a lot more often than they do on the Xbox. But still, though, it's nice to have something like that on the Xbox, because, was it Blessed? That didn't do well. Oh my god, what a fucking disaster that was when we tried that. That's my blood pressure. It's fine. How's yours? Actually, I have no idea how my blood pressure is. I haven't had checked in forever. I feel fine. I didn't bleed much when I cut myself shaving. Where is it? There, a little nick. Didn't bleed at all. I imagine if I had high blood pressure, it was squirted out, NA style. My stress is actually pretty low right now. I've been enjoying the last few days of rain. Constant sound of rain has kind of chilled me out. Only took about 30 minutes. Wasn't hard. Yeah, I wasn't worried about how hard it was. It was just a lot of hoops to jump through, a lot of bother for something that was kind of a halfway thing. Plus, with the proper Western release, I know I'll be starting off with a lot of other people who are new, not old established players who are going to kick my head in for asking dumb questions. Plus, if I do ask questions, I can get answers in English, rather than most of the players being Japanese. So it was just easier to wait and hope for a Western release. Whenever the Microsoft E3 press conference showed JPG, you get that feeling the audience is not caring at all. I don't know about that. I think there's an audience there for it on Xbox. But again, not nearly as much as there is on PlayStation, because obviously PlayStation being a Japanese console, they get a lot of that kind of content natively that winds up getting ported anyway. Whereas Xbox might as well not exist in Japan for any practical purposes. So, I love the sound of rain. I know, right? Soothing. In fact, yeah, it's literally just started raining again. Xbox is a joke in Japan? I wouldn't call the Xbox a joke in Japan. To joke about something, you have to care about it. Even a little bit. And I just don't think Japan cares. Like, I'm pretty sure most Japanese gamers forget the Xbox even exists most of the time. Which keyboard and mouse brands would you recommend? It's kind of hard to go far wrong these days. Most of the keyboard companies sort of targeting gamers are using pretty decent quality switches and stuff. In front of me here, I've got my Corsair K63. It's my current favorite wireless keyboard. Little 10 keyless. Battery life's good, nice responsive. It's got the quieter keys on it, and it's backlit, not RGB though. On my main rig, I've got the Razer. Which one is this? This is the Black Widow TE Chroma. I quite like that. little bit noisier, but that's why I don't stream with it. Logitech mouse, that's the G703, quite like that. The other mouse I'm using at the moment is the XGM4 from, I keep forgetting what their brand, how do you pronounce their brand? Xtrfy, XTRFY, Xtrfy. Sent that to me review. Quite like it. Very, very light. But yeah, stick with, you know, the major brands. Corsair, LG, Razer, Logitech. Pretty much anything you buy from those guys is going to be at least decent. All 5 people who own an Xbox One in Japan, thinks it's a joke. Yeah. And they get together on the weekends. They go to a cat cafe and just laugh about their Xboxes. Major snowstorm here today. Yeah, someone mentioned it was snowing in Texas yesterday. That was weird. It's getting muggy. Alright. So, Minecraft. We're still on our quest. Can I get the right camera thing? Thank you. We're still on our quest. Our Netherworld Hack Home Survival Snapshot Challenge. We're going to make some progress today. We stalled out yesterday because we had a lot of issues with portals linking up incorrectly. And a massive soul sand biome. We literally could not escape no matter how far we walked. Even in creative mode, we couldn't find a way out of it. So, today we're going to make a lot better progress because what I've had to do is I've patched in to this save file a donor Nether generation from a different seed. So I deleted it from this save file, moved it in from a different seed, and also flew into creative and found a decent spot that was kind of within range of what we need. I haven't double checked it is. I used the locate command. I said locate crimson, locate the other one, whatever it is, weird, or whatever it was. So they should be somewhere near where we wind up being, so we can get our materials for our checklist. Hopefully I haven't screwed up, but we should be able to make actual progress today on that side of the fence, or portal as it were. I've gotten rid of the portal here because that did us no good after I used the donor thing. So what I've got here instead is I've popped in a command block with a teleport command to take us to where the portal is that's in an appropriate location. So I've had to do a little bit of cheaty-do to get this done, but it's a snapshot. This isn't a permanent survival world, and we hit bugs. So we had to do something to circumvent those bugs. So there. That's what I've been up to this morning, amongst other things. What was that? Aside from that, nothing else has really changed. Will you be purchasing the Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing edition? Probably not. I don't know whether I'm going to love Animal Crossing yet. Ooh. Also, already have too many Switches. Where'd that creeper go? What the hell? Don't blow up my farms, please. Oh, we stuck on it. Right, I get it. We stuck on a hole. Yeah, I already have 2 OG Switches and a Switch Lite, so it's hard to justify buying yet another Switch. And I've never played Animal Crossing before, even though I'm very excited to play it this time. But there's no point getting merchandise for Animal Crossing unless I'm absolutely sure I'm going to love the piss out of the game. And even then, I really can't justify buying an Animal Crossing Switch edition. If they wind up selling the controllers separately, I might get those, because I do like my Joy-Cons, and those colors are nice. But yeah, no plans on that. Oh, I got some gold boots, by the way. I killed a skeleton just before... There's his bones. I killed a skeleton just before I started streaming. I got his gold boots. In case you're wondering where they came from. We should try and hatch those eggs. might be time to also have a chicken harvest. Get some feathers. Ooh, don't kill them all. Jesus. Really trying not to hit them all. Do I have sweeping edge on this or no? How many feathers? 13 feathers, alright. There we go. That'll do. Where did I put those seeds? Gonna need more seeds. Gonna need a nap. Where'd I put my bed? Over here. Good news, the rare material you need for the netherite is not destroyed by TNT. Yep. Yep. It's got the same blast radius as, or blast resistance, I should say, as obsidian. But also, just in case we can't actually legitimately find any while we're doing the survival seed, because we're probably only going to do it this weekend. By next weekend, I think we might have a new seed and we might start again. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but just in case, I have added a custom data pack which I put together this morning that has a custom recipe for the netherite material. I basically set it up so if I smelt a diamond in a blast furnace, I'll get the netherite flakes or chips or whatever the bloody hell it's called. So that's our emergency situation if we can't legit find any. Because it is extraordinarily rare. I saw a video this morning that said someone actually did the math and checked it in the game, and apparently the absolute maximum number of ancient debris you can find in any given chunk is 5 pieces. Yesterday I said it was 4, apparently it's 5. Because there are 2 different spawn mechanics, one at low levels and one for a high level. And the high level one is up to 2, and the low level one is up to 3 or 4, whatever it is. Something along those lines. So yeah, for the sake of exploring the snapshot, we may have to resort to my little minor cheaty cheat. That's an emergency though. Hey, you nerdy. Personally, I'm crossing switch looks cool. It's a little too outgoing for me. I don't know about that. I quite like the back panel of it. It's a very, very nice little embossed series of patterns on the back panel. Alright. Let's make a batch of bread just in case we start running out of food. And go ahead and cook up that chicken and that leather. Miss my Splatoon Joy-Cons. Yeah. I've got one of the bright yellow arms ones left. The other one's still broken. Still haven't ordered some screwdrivers to fix it. I need thriving screwdrivers. Eastwing, did I say hello to you yet? Hello. Will you be playing this all weekend? Or will you do your OG world? So I haven't decided what we're going to do tomorrow. I guess it depends on what we get done in this today. There is still one more project I want to do in the existing survival world before we're ready to move on and delete the nether from that and move on to what this is representing. But we'll see. If we get the checklist done today, then we have an option for tomorrow. There we go. Nearly 2 stacks of arrows. Now I'm feeling good. Okay, so we have our gravel, we have our cobblestone, we have our food. We have supplies of iron. We have how many levels? 14 levels. Alright, let's grab that sugarcane. Do I have any paper left at all? Doesn't look like it. We'll grab that. Leather. Leather. Okay, do that. Do this. This and this. Okay. So what have we got here so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does this bookcase even count? Yeah, it does. I just saw a thing come from. What did I say? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. That's maxed, right? 15 is max? Not that we have the levels for it yet, but... we usually circle all the sides because it's aesthetically nice, but I think 15 is max enchant possibilities. Yeah, there we go. We got level 30 enchantments available to us. Coolsies. So keep an eye on our levels, and when we get max levels, we'll come and enchant something useful. Okay, so we got that going for us. We got that going for us there. Alright, I think we're ready to pop into the Nether and start making some P-words. Keep getting booted, can't even get past the spiral loading screen. On Phantasy Star Online too, yeah. It is a cool loading screen though, that little Stargate tunnel thing. Up to finance 87%. Yep, checked that this morning. 32... 30 something commits. I said 32 because Extreme Gamer was talking about it. Yeah, I think there's about 32 bugs left he's trying to squash or whatever it is. Or 32 code errors or whatever it is. So yeah. Optifine for 1.15. Probably a matter of a week or two away at this point, fingers crossed. Of course, it won't do us any good if we move straight into 1.16. Am I using Faithful 32? No. I am using my custom texture pack, which does a couple of things, including the UI, if you're wondering why that looks smoother, but everything else you're seeing around us is default texture. Hey, Jason. How's another Snapshot exploration going? We're about to see. So, yeah, like I said, I had to reset the Nether to an alternative that it was a donor. It was a donor organ from another save file. Try and get around the issues we're having yesterday. So I've got a return teleport right there. So this should take us to a little room I set up. There we go. Good. Alright, and outside here, which I haven't actually explored yet because I wanted to save exploring for the stream for obvious reasons. But we're in... I forget what they call this biome. It is Warped Forest. And somewhere nearby, I'm not sure exactly in what direction, because I've only tested it with the command, trying to use the locate command, but within 150 to 200 blocks, I think, there should be the other red version of this, the red forest thing, which I think is called the Crimson Forest. But yeah, this is the calmest possible environment in the Nether. The only thing that spawns here are Endermen. No skeletons, nothing hostile, at least so far. So yeah, we shouldn't be afraid of... Oh, I guess ghasts can spawn out there. But we should be generally fine. So we can actually make a start on collecting these new materials now. And start building the survival base, the self-sustainable survival nether base that was the plan. Refresher for those who are turning up. Netherworld Heckcomb Snapshot Survival Challenge. We want to collect everything that's new. That's why we got the checklist there. We started in a fresh world. We've got to make it to the Nether, locate every new hell biome, which we're about to do soon. Get every new block. Use the new materials to create a sustainable survival base, which means somewhere where you can live and survive. So we need craftable stuff. We need probably an enchantment table. We need a little farm of some kind. I don't know how we're going to do the farm. We might have to bring some animals through because we can't have water, so we can't water our farms. But all right, let's start at the start. Oh, Jesus. I was going to... Oh, I forgot about that. That's why this cobble's here, because there was a hole there when I was building this. So, warped Ilium. And... Actually, let's do this so we can see these materials come into our hotbar. Nether sprouts, warp, Ilium, Nalium. How do you reckon that's pronounced? And we got warped roots. Don't look at the Enderman. Okay. Pretty sure we can harvest most of this with our fists. Warped wart block. That should be regular nether stuff, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's the regular netherrack. Okay, and there we go. That's our first bit of new wood. Our warped stem. Notice not a log, it's a stem, because these are not trees. These are enormous mushrooms. Of course, if you bone mill these things, they grow into these. So they call them stems, not logs, even though they behave and look precisely like regular logs do. I'd say Nilium. Alright, so let's do a little collection here. Okay, and let's start marking off some stuff. Okay, so we have warped Nalium, we have warped stem, we have none of the stuff we make from the warp stem yet, but we have, where is it? Nether sprouts. Right, do we have nether sprouts? No, warped roots. Yeah, nether sprouts, warped roots. Warped roots. Warped wart block. And I think that's it so far. Hey Kidsock, how you doing? Nice to see you playing in the Nether update. It's nice to be playing in the Nether update. I started a new survival world yesterday. Well, temporary survival world, just to test it out. Alright. So now that we've knocked a few things off our checklist, let's get a bunch of this wood so we can make the stuff... Sorry, stem. So we can make the stuff... that the stem crafts, because the stems, like I said, they work just like wood, so we can make fences and signs and all that kind of stuff. And I love the color of this stuff too. Ooh, and also those. These are... what are these called again? They're shroom lights. They make a very strange boinging noise when you harvest them. Yeah, as you can see, let's do this. Unlike glowstone, they don't shatter when you harvest them. And I think they give out the same amount of light as glowstone. The only issue with these shroom trees so far is they're not renewable. There is no way that I know to make more shroom trees, because they don't drop their own seedlings, or they don't drop their own little mushroom. The warped fungi, they don't drop more of those like normal trees do. Don't know whether that's something that's intended, or something they just haven't put in the game yet. But it might be an issue if you wanted to use a lot of this material. Also, I don't think these drop like leaves do once you get rid of all the stem. This is the another version of the Ilium biome in the overworld. No hostile mobs. Well, there are hostile mobs, but they're only Endermen, so they're not instantly hostile. But yeah, it's a rough equivalent to draw. There is another version of this which is full of red variants of these same materials. That is a little bit more hostile. Probably safely attack you from right here. Nope. Right here. Where'd he go? Got me! Hey. Nether pearls. Do they spread organically under the large warts? No. As far as I've seen so far in other Snapshot preview videos that I've seen from other YouTubers who do, you know, the creative mode stuff, there doesn't seem to be any way to make these spread. They don't spread like regular shrooms do. They don't spawn when you try and bone meal the ground and shit like that. That's the other one. I didn't know the crimson ones existed in the green part. That's interesting. Do I have any bones with me? I don't. We're going to go back real quick to get some bone meal, because I can grow one of the red trees here. Same light level as glowstone, 15? Coolsy. Thought so. Alright, so just in case we can't actually find an environment with the natural red, crimson, shroom, fungi things. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got the vines too. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. That's interesting. I wonder if that clipped right through. No, it didn't. Which probably means we can't use these to break the ceiling bedrock. Which was my first instinct upon seeing it do that. So that drops regular nether wart blocks, which is not as useful. Actually, I guess it is, because it's relatively expensive to make. I'm going to grow the nether stuff out of it. Alright, so we've got weeping vines as well, which, as far as I know, have no use yet. They don't do anything to you. You can't climb up them like regular vines. You can't craft them into anything. What about the sound? Okay. So, let's go to my checklist again. We have... Well, we had a warped fungi, we just used it. So I'll cross that off. Don't have any crimson roots yet. Crimson fungi... Wait, which one's the warped? No, the warped is a... Yeah, okay. So we had the crimson fungi. Weeping vines we have. Shroomlight we have. Crimson stem we have. There's another crimson warp stem. I don't know whether I put that in there accidentally or not. That's the wrong graphic. That's the one I needed. Sorry about that. Okay. So now that we have some of this wood stuff, Where's my... Let's do this. Yeah, I like that. I don't like that at all. I mean, I don't mind that at all. I don't like. Yeah, I like that better than glowstone. Nicer texture, more pleasant. Hey, bad kid, how you doing? Okay, so now we can make warped planks. And from those we can make a warped button. And we can make regular sticks, that's no good to us. Although I guess we do need some sticks. Don't have any regular wood. I need these for fences and stuff, I suppose. Right, so... Button. Slab. Pressure plates. Door. Warped trapdoor. Warped fence. Warped stairs. Warped fence gate. And I believe that's all the warped wood materials. So let's go through it again. Oh, we need to make a stripped wart stem as well. I forgot you could strip them. So we have planks. We have slab. Stairs. Pressure plates. Fence. Fence gate. Trapdoor. Button. Warp door. Oh, we need to make a sign also. Why wasn't sign showing up here, I wonder? Wait. Have I forgotten how to make a sign? No, I haven't. It's just not coming up. I know the signs are in here because I pulled some out of creative mode a couple of days ago when they first dropped. Stick. Planks. Huh. Maybe you need warp stick. I mean, these sticks here are made from the warped planks. I just did it, like, literally 45 seconds ago. There's no such thing as a warped stick. They just make regular sticks. I don't know why that's not working. Let's try it with the other one. Nope. Here, another bug perhaps. Oh, there's the recipes. Do you see your sign pop up there? No. I wonder why. I wonder if I need to make a regular sign first. Because I haven't made any signs yet. Hey, Spanky Bear. What the? The regular signs aren't showing up in the suggested recipes either. What's going on? Oh, well, there it is. Did I not see it, or did it not turn up until I needed it? Weird. Yep, it's not this crafting table being weird. They definitely show up regular signs. You never know with snapshots, you gotta try. Who knows, maybe crafting tables in the Nether are broken. Oops, nope, didn't mean to do that. I meant to do the other one. Old habits. What the hell? Don't really understand why that would be doing that, but okay. Whatever. Right, where's my... What have I forgotten? I need to strip some warp stems. I can't make the sign. Energy debris, netherite. Okay, I've got to wait on that. The rest is the crimson stuff, which we should be able to get in straight order. As long as we can find that other biome. And then, we've got to collect enough materials to start making a nice little base for ourselves. I might re-log. See if that helps. Nope. I know for a fact they exist because, like I said, I tested them in the creative mode when the snapshot first dropped. And they look cool. Especially when you put like a purple one on a green block. Oh. The wiki says signs can't currently be crafted. Ah, well then. I will just mark them off my to-do list. I mean, we have the materials to make them. Good thing they're not a structural component that we need to build our base, I suppose. Yeah, we should be fine to make a move. Right, which direction shall we go? Probably not this direction, because that's nothing but doom. Literally and figuratively. Jesus Christ, be careful. Let's, you and me, just patch up a little death hole I have here. The terrain generation is not working quite properly at the moment. And also, I didn't notice, but we have a nether fortress hiding here somewhere. Okay. Doesn't look this is a likely direction either. I'm really hoping they make us let us make boats out of these new wood plank types. Oh, there's more up there. Because one of the interesting features about this material is, actually while we're here, ooh, I like the stripped variant. Yeah, one of the interesting things about this is, despite looking and behaving a lot like wood, it does one thing that the rest of the wood in this game doesn't do. And that is, resists being on fire. It won't burn away. Ever. Which is making it very interesting. They changed the sounds bricks makes when placed /mined. They sure did. They also did something really cool defenses with walls. And that is when you stack them too high or more, they don't have that little gap at the bottom anymore. They actually make a solid wall. The walls make solid walls. At fucking last. Alright. Let me get my orientation again because I've lost my way. Okay. So it looks like we might be able to path around this way a bit. So I'm just going to start leaving a trail. Yeah, we can get around this way, I think. Alright. P-word happening. Or not. Okay. We'll wrap around the side here and see what we find. Nope. Oh shit. Well, that was close. Oh, here we go. Here's some promising terrain. Not the terrain we need, but at least it goes somewhere. Wait. I think I see what I need. Is that... Oh. Yep. Yep. Red vines. That's what we need. Fantastic. Like the locate command suggested, it is close. The trouble with that locate command is I tried it in the original file And it located Crimson Forest, so I teleported there, and it was literally like 8 blocks. And there was a bit of the red Ilium, whatever it is, warped crimson block wart stuff. And that was it. There was no vines, no trees. It was just literally like an area like this. Oh, jeez. Settle down, piggy. Sweet. Yeah, so it was this stuff. There's a few blocks of that, nothing else. And then I couldn't locate another one because every time I used the locate command from then on in, it was just saying, hey, you're already there. It wouldn't find one further away. Alright, so this is Crimson Ilium. Or Nylium, perhaps. I love the particles in the Crimson Forest. It just looks so spooky. We might even build our permanent base in this place. Because we have these guys who I think are supposed to be a food source, but they're not implemented properly yet. Because they don't have any AI. They don't do anything when you hit them for a start. And the only thing they drop when you kill them is rotten flesh. But I was under the impression that those things are supposed to be a nutrition source for surviving in the Nether. But they're not implemented properly yet. Also, they have really wacky animation when you hit them. I don't know whether you guys were paying attention there, but check this out. Do it again. Watch their ears and their legs. Ready? And also the hitbox is all munged up as well. Can't hit them half the time. Hello? Hello? Where is your hitbox? What is it? F3 and G? No, that's grid. H. No. I forget what the command is for hitboxes. I kind of dig their design though. Little spiky hair warthog guys. Right then, back on mission. Oh look, the green one's happening here too. Cool. So, that would be Crimson Roots. We already have some of the vines, I think. Weeping Vines. Ooh! That's a nice color. Let's make it another what? Looks like a cross between Eeyore and... It does look like a cross between Eeyore and Pumbaa. You're exactly right. Thanks for noticing me. Biomes also grew on the roof of the Nether. I saw that in someone else's video, but I went to the roof of the Nether in my other seed, and it had nothing. Not even regular mushrooms. So, I don't know whether that's a glitch in my end, or a glitch in someone else's end, or what's supposed to happen, but yeah. I imagine they're not supposed to grow up there. But I also imagine because of the way they spawn, based on mushrooms, that some of the mushrooms that regularly spawn on the Nether turn out to be these, and some of these when they generate are sometimes set to become full-size trees, so that's why you have these full-size trees on the Nether roof. And I doubt whether that's intended behavior. Been trying to get the survey 2 hours in, still can't get it? Yeah. Not going well for Phantasy Star Online 2. Probably best that I couldn't play. Not that we haven't had fun in the past, when I've done beta tests of games and just sat here chatting to you guys while we sit on a loading screen. There's entertainment value in and of its own right there. Let's see if we can just harvest a bunch of these so we can grow our own redwood closer to base. So what I think I might want to do is start building the base in the blue biome, in the warped biome, but use the red materials as a contrast. So I love the way the strip logs look on this. And I reckon... Yeah, look at that. Oh, what a combo. Ah, shizer. We have to find our way back to base.
One
so I need
more
new
month
axe.
to go smile.
1 more month for what? Oh, until you're 24 months total. Nice. Thank you very much for that resub right there. 16 months in a row, 23 months in total. I do appreciate that. Get some little love in the chat, please. Hey, it's working today. Nice. Let's do it and make my character. Taking a mid-boss tutorial. Yeah. I actually did, I watched the character creation of the streamer I was watching this morning. And he kind of rushed through it because he was an existing player and he knew what he wanted, knew what he was doing. I can't see any of my torches. Which direction did I come in from? Shit. I'm lost already. Oh, there we go. There's a torch. Yay. But yeah, the character card looks really nice. And, I mean, the game is 7 years old, and it's an MMO, so it's never going to look the graphically best at, of any game out there. But I really do like the style of it. And bing. Funnily enough, I haven't seen a single, like in any of the footage I've seen so far, of the mild level of research I've been doing into the game, I haven't seen a single player with a male character yet. Everybody's got their waifu character. Which is understandable. That's what I'm going to do. Why would you stare at an ugly boy when you can look at a pretty girl when you're playing? Oh, jeez. Come on. Holy base, Batman. Yeah, so I think for the base we might sort of clear out this area here or something. Actually, here's a pretty good area. Nice and flat. Yeah, we'll clear out this area and start building a sort of perma base here, I think. And then we should be able to move that portal and have it link up properly still. Gonna be right, axe. I was gonna start chopping stuff down. I went, wait a second. That's the whole reason I came back, is the axe. Oops. And let's dump some stuff. Actually, while we're at it, let's take one of all the core items here. That's. Rain? Yeah, I've been really enjoying the rain over the last couple of days, Nerdy. Just listening to it has de-stressed me. It's nice not being constantly sweaty. There we go. Collection. Alright, how is my diamond situation? Not enough for an axe, so I'm not going to worry. Let's try an enchant. See if we can at least get like unbreaking or something on it. Make it last a little bit longer. Silk touch. I don't think we need that for anything in the Nether. Efficiency, I'll take that. Hey, unbreaking as well. Nice. Budget enchant pays off. And went into emergency maintenance. Oh, progress. Of a kind. After a fashion. Okay, let's get into... Excuse me. Come out again. Thank you. He was just curious. He's fine. Just the local constabulary. That's the wrong word. Hello. What's all this then? Yeah, the only pain in the ass thing about doing this is, like I said before, unlike leaf blocks, these don't drop when you chop down their stems. If they don't implement that, it's going to be kind of annoying. And also, as far as I know, there's no tool for these either, so no matter what you use to break them, it takes forever. Yeah. None of those. I wonder what, if anything, the basalt block will be used for? It's a good question. I saw, I think it was Mumbo Jumbo made a video this morning, and he made a suggestion or two, but I can't remember what he said. What about you? What would you guys imagine the basalt block should be used for? I would like to see it get the same kind of variance as most stones get. So I want stair variance, slabs variance, all that kind of stuff. No tree capitator. I did try tree capitator in... Or did I? You know what? Maybe we should try. I doubt whether it's going to work there, because Tree Capitator works as a data pack, which means it references specific block states, which it wouldn't be adjusted for these yet. But yeah, I don't know whether Tree Capitator could work on these. Because the way it does it... Actually, I don't know. It might be able to be adjusted for this. Want a special green axe? Afraid not, no. I imagine they will get a specific tool assignment at some point, but they don't have it yet. Pistons at last got a custom tool. Pistons actually break faster with pickaxes at last. Hooray! That's always been a weirdness. Bloody hell. That's a tall one. So the basalt should be used in Nether conduit. Right, yeah, that's right. He suggested as a special variation of conduits. So instead of fuck, what am I trying to say? I keep saying sea lantern, but not sea lantern. The ocean monument materials. How you use those in a conduit. Use basalt for a special nether conduit that attributes special powers. Prismarine! Fucking thank you. Yeah, use like prismarine is, but as a special nether conduit kind of style thing. Yeah, I like that idea. Basalt is a hard, dark stone that is tougher than obsidian in real life, so anything stone can be useful with high basalt blast resistance. There's a thought. The way these grow, a bit like a giant mushroom. Oop, geez, don't look at the end of it. You could make your own little insta base pretty easily if you get the right growth pattern. basically going to do a practice railway station? Probably not, because the gold, any gold that we get is going to be pretty precious for making the ingots of the netherite. Maybe they need to make it when the trunk is gone, cause the rest to wither. That'd be an interesting mechanic too. Like, instead of despawning like leaves do, maybe they could work a bit more like coral does, in that these degrade, like you take the stem away and these degrade into regular netherwort. Although the red ones already are netherwort, so yeah. Or, you know, degrade into something lesser. I also liked, I think it was Mumbo, might have been Zuma. In any case, one of them suggested that because this wood doesn't burn, it would be good if we made boats out of this, if we could ride across lava. Because, you know, lava boats has been something people have been asking for a while. It would make the Nether a bit more interesting to explore without having to slowly bridge across everywhere. But I don't know whether they're going to do that, because again, the Nether is supposed to be difficult. It's kind of the point, especially with this latest update. With all the new biomes, except for this one, being quite a lot more hostile than the regular Nether ever was. Another dead variant. Or if they degrade it into like a nether wart, instead of a nether wart block, just a single nether wart. So it's a reduction in materials effectively, but still something that can be useful. Imagine being in love boat with a guy shooting you, right? Sounds like fucking hilarious fun. You should be able to move fast enough to avoid it. Shooting it down while you're in a boat could be fun too. Alright. Yeah, we're starting to clear a bit of it. I might leave most of this warped nether wart that we can't reach and just use that as a sort of a roof level. I'm gonna have... Hey! That fucker tried to deliberately walk right into my eye line there. I'm actually surprised he didn't aggro. Could have sworn I looked him dead in the eye. Oh, easy. Easy. Yeah, I'm really liking the changes to Nether. The Soul Sand Valley is desperately hostile now. Just tons of ghast spawns. I got a feeling they got to tone it down a bit because it is a bit ridiculous. But I hope they don't tone it down too much, because it is pretty fun having an environment that mega hostile. Also, if you want ghast tears, it's nice to be able to not have to hunt all over the fucking Nether for them. You just go to your Soul Sand Valley and farm tears. So it's always the bane of my existence, getting enough ghast tears. I'm also excited to see when they bring in the piglin. They're going to have some really interesting mechanics. We don't know everything about them yet, but from what we know so far, it's going to be quite an interesting little twist. Is that your music? That's my music. It's such a weird sound that those shroom lights make when they burst. Sounds like, almost sounds like someone like hitting one of those those fitness balls. Listen. It's got a resonance to it. Thum. It's like flicking a big balloon. It would be actually really cool if they added new music to the Nether. Does the original composer still work at Mojang even? What does he even do if he does? Because there hasn't been any new music added to the game in forever. Does he just do the environmental sounds now, or? Because they keep filling with those. Find a small enough valley. Can you automate killing ghasts in auto farm? That is a very interesting question. I will tell you that in my experience so far, exploring 3 different seeds in creative modes, not a single soul sand valley I've found has been anything close to small. They've all been fucking enormous. But yeah, it would be very interesting if you could find a particularly well-contained one. Could you turn it into a ghast farm of some kind? C140 is still going? Coolsies. BluntNate, I'm really glad you decided to stream, because if I would, had to wait on the server. Yeah, at least you got something to do while you're waiting on the PSO servers. I really don't know why they're having so much trouble. Because again, like I said in the opening of the stream, it's not like they're brand new at this. They have 7 years of experience on this very popular game running servers in Japan. How are they screwing up this badly on day 1 just because of its English release? I don't know. It can't be code. It must be the hardware they're trying to run it on. The data center or what? I don't even know. I don't know. Do they have dedicated hardware, or are they literally trying to run it through a data center? It's kooky, though. It is the traditional MMO experience, at least. Why is there an Enderman dying? What are you dying of? I wonder if he fell into the lava. But yeah, I mean, with Crema, with Temtem, if things went really, really badly, there's a couple of really good excuses. Number 1, it's the first MMO. Number 2, it's an indie game. Number 3, it's a new game. Phantasy Star Online, none of those things. One of the longest established publishers and developers, Sega. The game itself is well established, incredibly stable, 7 years old, still going strong in Japan. I have no idea why they're having so much trouble with it. It must be so embarrassing. Especially, oh man, given how uptight Japanese companies can be when it comes to customer service, and I mean that in a really good way, by the way. Like, I mean, you've all heard the stories, I'm sure. If the train is late by even a minute, the train companies issue letters of apology for people to take to their bosses to explain why they were late to work. Even by a minute. Can you imagine word of the PSO beta getting back to Sega headquarters in Tokyo? Or wherever it is. I assume Tokyo. And all these very serious-faced Sega Japanese executives are sitting there going, oh, why is it not working? Whose fault is this? Where is the blame to be put? And how passively aggressively can we put it? There's someone somewhere. Some white guy, I'm sure. Who's about to get a very strongly worded email about how displeasurable it is that this well-established, incredibly strong brand is having a disastrous day one beta. Hell, to be a fly on that wall. Really shouldn't use my axe on those. There's no point. Just ruining durability for nothing. Do we know who is... Like, is it like Sega of America running this? Or is it... Have they contracted out to somebody? Or is it Microsoft? Would love to know what the structure is. Temtem, aside from launch issues, has been really solid. It's been incredibly solid. I haven't played in a few days because I've moved my way through the core story content. Like, it's not like I'm never going to play again until they add more content. It's just, now that I got through that, I don't have to go so hardcore on it. Plus, Dauntless just launched a new Hunt Pass, so I've been digging into that. They're doing a cyberpunk theme this season for the Hunt Pass. Looks some pretty cool stuff. It's quite out of character with the thematics of monster hunting in general. But they love the designs because their art director is brilliant. No tweet from them in 18 minutes. Psh. Even Kremer. This little indie team of what was 18, I think it's 18 people. Even they... Even though the guy who runs their Twitter is like the studio head and CEO and social media manager, and even them were tweeting constantly about exactly what was going on with the servers and when they're getting a reboot and what's happening and when they should be back up and what they're doing, and Sega can't even manage it. How embarrassment. Company work firm making food bags. For a defect in the bag package, you have to go there and apologize to the customer. And the company... Yeah, I'd imagine any industry that deals with food would have to be quite responsible when it comes to issues, because, you know, that's potentially people's health you're fucking with. Kremer is awesome. They, and I think I said this in my follow-up review as well, they are the gold standard as far as early access, communication, responsiveness, just listening. I've never seen anyone do it better, big studio or small. I have so much respect for them and how they handled the, you know, the first couple of days of launch issues. And they have misstepped once, and that is they went pretty aggressive on cheaters, or suspected cheaters, with a ban system that had no recourse, no appeal. And they had to roll back on that because they did get it wrong. They were like, nope, there's no appeal. We double and triple checked everything. Everyone we banned deserved to be banned. Turns out that's not entirely true because people were checking and people make mistakes. But they do have a no tolerance policy on people being dickheads, though. I've already seen a couple of Reddit threads. Oh, I got banned for nothing. All I did was say, oh, I identify as attack helicopter. LOL. I got banned. I do like their no tolerance policy on that kind of shit. But yeah, they did ban a few people for what they suspected was cheating or exploits. But it was a false flag. They had just had, you know, a certain program running in the background. Like, for example, I can't launch Dauntless with one of the applications that controls the lighting on my PC, which I think belongs to Corsair. Lightingservice.exe. Dauntless's anti-cheat system detects that as a cheat program, so I have to shut that down, otherwise Dauntless won't launch, which is stupid, and they still haven't fixed it. That's been a problem since beta, since before they were in the Epic Store, since they had their own launcher for Dauntless. I can't launch the game with my lighting control system running in the background. Not that I need it to, but it's really annoying to have to shut that down. Because I have to go into Task Manager and find it manually because it doesn't have an icon in the tray. It's supposed to be a little demon that sits in the background. It's its entire job. They still haven't fixed that. And I know I'm not the only one with that problem because I've seen people complain about it in the Discord and such. But whatever. At least they didn't ban me for suspected cheating because of it. And to be fair, it's not like the system, the anti-cheat system they use is just a third-party plugin anti-cheat system thing they use, so they don't really have direct control over it, but still. Short teams mean there's short lines of communication? There is that. Whereas an entity as big as Sega, not so much short on the red tape and lines of communication and chains of command and such, yeah. That is a good point. That is one legitimate reason why they might be taking a bit longer than they should to try and talk to their users. Gonna try rebooting? Yeah. Have you tried turning it off and on again? I'm sure that'll work. Actually, coming back to Animal Crossing, I did mean to mention this before when we talked about it, but it's actually out for pre-order now on the eShop, for those of you who care about that. And actually, you know what? Do I have enough in the PayPal for it yet? Let me check. Can I pre-order it right now? Nope. Not quite there yet. Apparently Dark Souls 3's anti-cheat is really bad. I was looking at the negative reviews on Steam. People got banned for no reason. Yeah, well, you always have to be worried about people who say they got banned for no reason. Because every asshole says that. Like, even the people I ban from my YouTube channel. Every now and again I get one coming back at me through email or through Twitter or... Oh, you banned me for no reason. There's literally no reason. I'm banned from commenting on your videos. There's no reason. I don't ban people for no reason. I promise you. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying... Like the old cliche, you know, everyone in maximum security prison is innocent. I'm innocent. I was framed. Man, this is quite a lot more labor intensive than clearing out a little forested area, isn't it? Because you just don't think about how long it would take to clear the leaves out manually, do you? This is just another beastie altogether. There really does need to be some sort of decay mechanism for these faux leaf blocks. Because this isn't fun, and it's not difficult. And if it's not fun and or difficult, then it's just kind of tedious, and tedious is not what you want. Hunting for diamonds takes a long time, it's grindy, but it's fun because you get the reward when you finally find one. Hey, diamonds, woo! There's no woo moment. It's just clearing out green block after green fucking block. innocent of something. Just gonna work out what. Yeah, you can't burn it down because they're all fireproof as well, of course. You know what would be interesting? Some kind of splash potion that makes them decay. That way, you'd still have to put in the grind, but it would be kind of rewarding if you just sort of yoinked the splash potion at these things and they just started dissolving away. Maybe that's what the basalt could be for. You melt down the basalt and it makes a fungus poison of some kind. Not a terrible idea, right? You still have to put in the work to get it done, but at least you'd have a satisfying moment. Or TNT. Oh, shit! Oh. Oh, that was so lucky. The one block. One hole, one block. I thought that was death for sure. I started falling and I kept falling and then I saw the light of the lava and I went, okay, this is it. There's no getting out of this. Oh. Just give me a moment for the heart rate to drop. I'll be back with you in a second. Oh my gosh. Somebody clip that. Ooh. How did that even happen? Was that gap there, or was that where a stem was or something? Weird. It was this. Look, it was him. I wonder if it was him. Like there was a block there. He took it, exposing the hole. That's going to be my headcanon. He just casually plonks it down again. Fuck you, guy. That's a danger I hadn't considered, actually, because that could legitimately happen. I don't know whether that's what happened then, but that could legitimately happen with these guys being so frequent in these areas now. And the generation being what it is. Full of holes and stuff. And overhangs. That could legitimately happen. I could be walking around and just fall into a hole opened up by one of those fuckers that just wasn't there before. He just looked guilty. I do not have keep inventory turned on, no. Which was the extra panic in my voice. Not that I'm carrying that much valuable. I mean, resources, but I guess I'd be upset about losing the sword and the pickaxe. But yeah, if that lava had got me, that'd be a goodbye. Speaking of which, let's drop some stuff off. Let's not tempt. Was that hole there before, or are these guys going at it again? I don't remember that one being there. I remember the one being here. I don't remember that one. Maybe this is not such a good idea to build a base in the warped area, considering how frequent Nethermen are. Enderman. Why do I keep calling him Netherman now? My brain. Can we craft these into anything? Can we do anything at all with these? Can we burn them as fuel? There needs to be something to do with those, because we're going to wind up with a buttload of them. Set up an ender to protect your base. Oh, there's an idea. Yeah, we'll just put a little endermite somewhere just to bait these guys away. Or I could do what I do in my main world and install the data pack that prevents them from being able to pick up blocks at all. Because I've got the Ender Grief Blocker data pack. I just haven't installed it on this world. It's been half an hour, still no word from those efforts. Jeez. Spawn in the Nether, wouldn't that be Netherman? I mean, that's obviously what my brain is doing. It's just weird. Oh! Why do they keep doing that? Stop. Stop trying to get me to look at your face. I wouldn't survive long against an enemy without... Whoops, it easy. Okay. I'd be gone in about 3 hits given my current armor, I think. I'm still a little bit jumpy about that hole. It's weighing on me, man. I got post-traumatic stress disorder going on here. If only they took down the trees for 4. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they were going to take blocks, at least they could do is take the ones I'm trying to break. Is that what you're getting at? Oh, for you, right. I see. So I was right. I assumed the context correctly. There really does need to be a faster way to get these. Oy. Actually, I haven't tried shovel. Nope. I rewatched Galaxy Quest last night. Any fans of Galaxy Quest in chat? That movie holds up so well, even after all these years. It is just such a well put together movie. There's not a bum note in it. Cast is amazing, the writing's amazing. When it's funny, it's hilarious. When it's dramatic, it's wonderful. When it makes you tear up in sympathy, it's just note perfect. Love to Melon? Yeah. I like him when he's not doing a kids movie. Santa Claus and stuff like that, it's pretty meh. Home Improvement actually holds up really well still. Watched a couple of seasons of that about a year ago. 3 or 4 seasons worth. Just shotgun them out of nostalgia. Show holds up. What's Jonathan Taylor Thomas doing these days? Has he done anything since he was Simba? Could be worse. Imagine breaking the stem, cause the leaf blocks to look like sand. At least it'd be easy to clean up. Because you wouldn't have to reach up for them. Oh, jeez. Find cover. Find cover. Find cover. Oh, that was close. Didn't even see which one I looked at there. Was he like right up on the cliff or something? Oy. I wasn't even under 2x2 there. He could have got me. I don't know why he didn't attack back. Oh, whatever. We'll count ourselves lucky and move on. Jonathan Thomas was on Last Man Standing for a few episodes. Don't even know what that is. Glad he's still working though, I guess. I liked him. It was one of my favourite things about that show. He had just a natural talent for comedic timing. Certainly more than the other kids on the show did. It's Tim Allen's newer show. Oh, right, yeah. No, I never did watch it. Just didn't seem very appealing. Kind of a paint-by-numbers sitcom kind of thing. I was like, eh. We're getting somewhere. Starting to look like P word. Look at that Netherman up there. I wish I could zoom in. He's just like standing on a single block in the middle of nothing. There's less funny home improvement. Yeah, I figured it would be. How are we doing here? Starting to feel pretty good about the space we're opening up. I might go at about here-ish. A lot of the home improvement cast shows up on it through sometimes. That's nice. What was her name? Patricia. Patricia. God, I can't remember her last name. She played the mother on Home Improvement. She was fantastic too. Especially when her and Jonathan Taylor Thomas got together. When they had scenes together, there was something really fun about that chemistry those two had. Patricia... Someone help me. I'm sure it was Patricia something. When did they make it so you can set your spawn during the day? I think that came in with 1.15. It's quite recent though. Patricia Richardson, that's her. Thank you. Yeah, she was fantastic. She might actually be one of my favorite sitcom moms. I mean, there was a lot of episodes there where she was just kind of annoying for a while, but that was her character more than Patricia. They had her gone through school, and it was just some of the episodes that revolved around those issues were just kind of not very interesting. Oh, look, it's a mum and she has homework and it's all difficult. And her husband doesn't understand and I can't relate to that. I'm back and I bought some graham cracker sticks back with me. I've never had graham crackers. No idea whether they even sell them in Australia. I know exactly what they are because I've seen them many times on various American shows and referenced. But I have no idea what they are tasting like, or can't even picture them in my head, really. Oops. You know, it'd be interesting if you made kind of the roof of our base building glass, so we could look up through the glass and see the remains of these treetops sort of sitting on top. Put some of these shroom lights back in there. Fucking Enderman. Kind of tastes a bit like cinnamon with a slight bit of honey, I think. Alright, I think I get these generally. There's lots of what we in Australia would generally call tea biscuits with similar flavour profiles to that. Kind of a bit malty. Fairly sweet. Kind of bitey but crumbly. Babish. Babish. Oh wait, isn't it that YouTuber cooking show guy? Binging with Babish, right? Babish made an extra large graham cracker for an episode about the Aristocats. Alright. Won't the Enderman be a problem for base building? It depends. Like, I've been watching what they've been picking up, and so far, I've seen them pick up regular netherrack, and I think I saw one with whatever this is called again. But yeah, it seems like it's unlikely they're going to pick up the materials we're going to use to build the base out of, which is going to be primarily stripped variants of these logs and various planks and whatnot. So as long as we make sure we do a... my brain wants to say basement, but what I'm actually trying to say is... foundation. As long as we do a foundation of blocks they can't touch, we should be okay. But yeah, I have been quietly keeping an eye on what they're picking up. Just so I can be sure what's, you know, safe to actually try and build walls and shit out of. And we might have to do lower half slabs inside just to prevent spawns and teleports and whatnot. Either that or just make it too high so that I won't fit. But I don't like having low ceilings. Makes me feel claustrophobic. Shit, I'm burning away needless durability on the axe again, like a dummy. Poured concrete foundation. Cut it out. Alright. Yeah, I feel like I've got enough room here. Next step is I'm going to cut this level down to... yeah, probably right back here. I think we need the shovel for this. No. Pickaxe. I should be real careful too, because I might fall down another doom hole. So let's not press up against the block. Let's just... oh. Oh, there we go. Nope, that was safe. Yeah, sorry, Jason, as I got distracted there for a sec. But yeah, a concrete dust foundation that you pour water over. I want you to think about where we are and what happens to water when you try and use it in the Nether, and why that is a dumb idea. No offense, but that's stupid. Oh, that would have been relatively safe, but still. Speaking of relatively safe. Oh, ah! How did I look at him? It's the second enemy I don't remember. I didn't notice I even looked at. Didn't even see him there until he smacked me on the side of the head. Alright, where is this goddamn ghast at? Do not want it sneaking up on me. Must be in a void up here or something. Let's not forget. actually, you know what? Yeah, I might replace this cobblestone with nether wart blocks. Forgot the no water bit. Yeah, you did. I guess since the servers are still down. What's it been now? Oh, jeez. Coming up on 2 hours. Now, Neurodeblo, how you doing, mate? Just woke up after 14 plus hours of sleeping. Are you sick or just needed the sleep? Marine right now probably was keeping me asleep. Oh yeah, that'll help. Well, I hope you woke up feeling lovely and rested instead of that awful groggy feeling that you sometimes get when you sleep way too long. I hate that. I hate that feeling. I always feel so betrayed by that feeling when you sleep super long, and it very rarely happens to me, but when you sleep super long and then you wake up and you just feel like you need another nap, I feel so fucking betrayed by that feeling. I was like, why? Body, why? Ooh, hello. That's interesting. Got a sprout hovering. That's not supposed to happen. Alright, now, let's think. Do we want to do split level? I think we do. And I think I'll bring the first level out to kind of here-ish. Careful. Hang on a second. What's going on here? This stuff spawns at the ground level as well. Hadn't noticed that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and fill this in. Oh, damn it. Almost 3 hours now, bloody hell. Have you got like anything done except for the 2 sections of tutorial we were talking about before? I'm now wide awake and managed to pull myself out of bed. I had my minutes. Good. Alright. That's not so bad. I guess I just need more netherrack. What? If we're really unbelievably lucky, while we're gathering some netherrack, we might come across one of those ancient debris blocks. Which, by the way, I was wondering this yesterday. I was wondering if they would ever generate, like, exposed on the outside. No, they don't. Their generation rules dictate that they must be completely surrounded by other blocks. Just a tutorial? Nah. I've been a part of a fair fistful of betas of various types, and I don't remember any where they've gone for 3 hours and just not being able to get through something like a tutorial at least. As we keep saying, especially bad for PSO2, because again, This is not new technology we're dealing with. It's just a translated port. Although, come to think of it, to be fair, does it have an Xbox edition already in Japan? Or is this literally the first time it's been on Xbox? Because Japan don't care about Xbox, so would they even have a localized Xbox version? So maybe that's the issue. Might be something to do with Xbox Live. Maybe we can excuse them on those grounds. Have a better chance of finding it at low levels? Yeah. There is a small chance to find it above level 20. We are at 48 right now. There is a non-zero chance to find it this high. But it does spawn more regularly at, I want to say, 8 to 20. I heard 10 to 20 yesterday, but the videos I was watching this morning seem to suggest with more confidence 8 to 20. Oh shit. There he is. Found him. Nailed it! Oh, bullshit. Got a tear. I would very much like not to be on fire now, please. Thank you. Did I pick up the tier? I didn't even pick up the tier because I had in full inventory. God damn it. Getting close to going to the lava. Oh, you bitch. I hate it when they despawn like that. They should just make it despawn rules. If they're in the player's field of the cone of vision, they shouldn't... Fuck off with it! You shouldn't be allowed to despawn if you can see them. I don't know, I think it's Xbox US only because that's the Twitter I follow. No clue about Japan. I'm actually curious. Let's pull up the wiki. I might even still have it loaded. No. PSO2 wiki. Wikipedia will do. Release. Microsoft Windows, Japan. Xbox One? No. So yeah, Xbox One, the only launch listed is for North America. So there's the loophole. They've never done it on Xbox before. That's why they're having troubles, I guess, maybe. That's the only excuse I can make for them. It is a genuinely new port of the code. And they have screwed something up in a very large and tasty way. I'm going to go 4 out from this. Why did that take so long to break? Actually, you know what? I'm just going to use this. I'm going to cover it up anyway at this point. These sprouts are a bit hard to see. You know what, let's make it 5 actually. Damn it. My brain just went, you know what? Why are you doing this a slow way? Just pour a bucket of water and wash it all away. And then my brain went, don't be an idiot. You're in the Nether. Dummy, dummy, dum, dum. Not that much of an idiot. I mean, this is the first time we've had to deal with grass-like shit in the Nether. Instinct for, 7 years of Minecraft that I've been playing has always been just to wash this stuff away with a bucket. Hopefully they do implement some kind of ability to use water in the Nether, because people are obviously, like I am, planning on setting up bases, and bases need plants for food, for trades, for crafting. Actually semi-split level. I don't like that being so stretched, so what we're going to do is fill this end back in. We'll have kind of an area here and an area on the other side, a couple of little verandas. This area here can be like a little chicken farm or something. And then back here we'll have a storage area, bed area, something. Enchantment room, perhaps. Can you wash it all away with a bucket of lava instead? Actually, that's a really good question. Let's find out. Do not have a bucket here, obviously. Should have enough iron to make a spare bucket. Not in that box. Yeah, we can afford a bucket. Bucket. Achievement hunter. Just don't make 5 helmets. Shut up. It was 3. Possibly 4, counting the one I was wearing. It wasn't 5, though. Oh, nice. Looks like we've got a nice little stairway here already. Just need to do that. And we're all hunky-dories. We are safe from ghast. Gloop. Now then, let's hop somewhere safe and see. Good idea. That works. Wish we'd come across that sooner. Just have to be careful where our toes are when we do this, unlike water. Nice. Does it actually destroy the items or harvest them? No, it even cleans up. Destroys them. Nice. Oop. Got a little too cocky there. I was going to scoop it up and let the dregs spread, but nope. Oh, it's just on fire. Let's go back somewhere safe and heal up for a second, shall we? Right, whose idea was that? Jason! Congratulations, Jason. Thank you for the lava bucket. Hot tip, if you will. We'll remember that for the permabase. Oh, right. I put all my shit away. Did they increase the rate amount of flows? So it was like 4 blocks from the center. In the Nether, it always flows further and faster, right? I was going downstairs there, so that doesn't help us. Is that further than usual? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's the same as water. But I don't remember whether it always did that in the Nether, because I never really use lava in the Nether, rather than avoid lava in the Nether. Let's go to the overworld and find out. I am going to take... Where's those doors I made? Yeah, there. Because we don't have any doors on the other side of the building here. Wow, that's a hideous color combination. We'll not be doing that. Two, three. Yeah! It spreads further in the Nether. And I honestly have no idea whether it's always been like that or if that's new. Whoops. My bad. Is everybody alright? Everybody's alright. Bee! They're so cute. Ooh, I need to check this, by the way. There's another glitch I haven't checked. Yep. Harvest way too slowly for a start. And 2 for 1. Yeah, they haven't made it so they break faster with tools. That's the same speed as if you were punching it. And also a single door drops 2 doors. So if you're desperate for fuel, break a door. Or at least one of these new ones. I don't think it works the same way the old ones. No, they're still normal. I did need to come back here and get some of this. Yeah, it's still only the netherrack they're picking up, so... Hang on a sec. That's not what I wanted to do. Right, I keep forgetting. They haven't implemented a tool for this yet. And the new doors be burned for fuel, or are they fireproof? Actually, that's a good question too. They don't burn when you set fire to them. Or attempt to. But does that prevent them from being used as fuel? Do I have... Okay, I do have... I do have... What can we burn? I've got nothing worth burning. Actually, can we make charcoal out of these logs? That's worth knowing. Can't get out of there. No, I can't even put them in the fuel slot. The stems do not work like logs. You can't use them as fuel. Or is it the other way around? I keep forgetting. Guess that's a no. I wonder if these can... You know what? I wonder if we can compost the roots and stuff. How do we make a compost bin again? Slabs. And can we make them out of these slabs? Can we compost... Okay, so we can make a composter out of these slabs. That's good. Pop that there. Grab all the plant materials. Okay, so that's... Whoop. That's a no on the roots. That's a no on the warped roots. That's a no on the vines. Okay. That's a pity. Not that we're gonna be that starved of bone meal in the Nether, because I don't know whether we've got anything in sight, but there is the fossils everywhere now. Bone blocks are easy to come by. So that's not a tragedy necessarily, but still. Alright, so let's come out to like here. And a secondary little porch kind of area. And to accentuate that, we'll pull this out another 2 blocks. There we go, starting to get a floor plan in mind. What I might do is set a stairs on the side. So do that. And we'll double stair up. Which probably means I want to pull this one out another layer. It's just to jut it down a bit further. And I think I want to make this material the raw floor, actually, so I'll get rid of all this crap. When Nether was added in Minecraft Alpha, lava was noted as flying further than overall. No. It's funny, I never needed to know that, I never noticed it. Because again, we were never really living in the Nether for long, so we never needed to use lava. Just had to run away from it when it started pouring towards us. That's cool. I might leave the border as this stuff. What is this again? Warped Ilium. Because I kind of like that contrast we're getting. And I wonder if this is going to behave like grass in that this will revert. I don't think it'll matter because we won't see it anyway, but that's probably worth knowing. Uh, 1.15 when it was changed to flow as fast in Nether as water does. And so both those things precede my time in picking up Minecraft, so it's always been that way for me. Yeah, I like that line of red right there. Out the way, chump. Might as well do stairs on the side as well. Actually, no. No stairs on the side. Oh, no. Yes. Yes, no, yes. Wait. Oh, yes, what? Okay. What are we going to do about this? I think at the very least we'll make it consistent to the corner. These Endermen are really starting to piss me off. Throwing their blocks around up here. It's just inconsiderate is what it is. I might take a straight line. Of the warped Ilium. Seriously, guy. Get out of there. Thank you. Zerp, zerp. Must be going. Plenty's late for his break. Am I? Oh, bloody hell. I am too. Alright. Sure, this time as any. Can we make eye contact even through a door? I don't think we can we? Alright. So it's probably safe to leave you with. I can't get a good view of them. Whatever, we'll do this. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break, get a fresh coffee. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, Jason. Did I miss anything in chat? Doesn't look like I did. Alright, be back in a couple minutes, guys.